Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Kalaye Sundarakaram Sadaika Priyadarshanam. Ajnana Nashakam Devam Sadgurum Muralidharam. Yasya Smarana Matrena Jikhvayam Vardate Swayam. Mahamantrastam Bhajami Muralidhara Deshikam. Premamritam yo Murali Ninadehi Shri Krishna Rupena Puravarsha. Adyapi soyam Muralidharakyo Pushnati Premna Bhuvanam Saharsham. Sankirtite Mahamantre Tatra Virbhuya Tatshanam. Suprasanno Bhavedyastam Premikavaradam Bhaje. Murali Mandita Karakamalam Munijana Mohanam. Pyatyastapadam Vanamala Prema Bhakta Mandala Nitya Kirtitam. Premikavaradam Ashrayeham. Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Pranamo Dukkha Shamanaha Tam Namami Harim Param. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Greetings, friends. It's indeed a great pleasure to join you all in yet another session of Answers and Beyond. I prostrate at the holy feet of Guru Maharaj for giving this wonderful opportunity to be in satsang. The question that we will take up today is a very relevant one. It's from a parent. I have been taught by my parents about the importance of the name of Krishna, about the importance of meditating upon Sri Krishna, and I do it with that simple conviction. However, my children have been raised in a very different world, and they want logic and reasoning to support everything that they do. When they ask me the question, how is chanting the name of Sri Krishna or meditating upon Krishna or thinking of Sri Krishna relevant to our lives on a day-to-day basis, I do not know how to answer this question using reasoning and logic. Can you tell me what the answer is? As I said, a very relevant question, a question that I'm sure will address a similar doubt that runs in the minds of many friends. I'd like to dig into Guru Maharaj's teachings and satsangs to find an answer to this question. Let's put the context very clear, the modern life, isn't it? How does life go today? On one side, we certainly have made giant strides in terms of progress in science, in technology, in every field. The kind of development, the innovations that have happened around us at such speed is remarkable. It's something that every one of us need to be proud about as human race. But at the same time, there's this other side to this coin, isn't it? There's so many stressful situations that we have to face. Let's say I have an argument with another person, and he says a particular viewpoint and says that that is the right one, and I differ from him. We have a very heated debate about it, and after some time, I'm proven wrong, and his viewpoint was right after all. What happens to me at that point of time, friends? I feel that my ego has taken a blow, and there is a negative impact on account of that. I feel a certain stress because of that. Why just speak of negative stuff? Let's talk about positives. Let's say that I hear a really good news today. Something good happened. I gained a promotion. I feel a great sense of elation. I'm excited. I jump around in joy. I expect everybody to share that level of enthusiasm that I find within myself on that day. And the one thing that I keep doing all the time is I keep checking my bank account every now and then. That's how the modern world goes, isn't it? And if I find that some of my investments are not doing that well, the numbers are coming down, it puts a tremendous stress in my mind. I become very sad. If there's people with me that I thought were always going to be on my side, and then one day I found that they left me, I suddenly feel a sense of loneliness. I feel that I have lost something. I feel weak. If I find out that I have inherited this huge wealth, which I did not know existed in my family, it's a great, pleasant surprise. My joy knows no bounds. In short, the things that happen in modern life every single day, be it at school, be it at college, be it at work, be it in the family situation, or in the community in general. Let's say there is a beautiful rainbow when I walk out on the street. The very sight of the rainbow gives me so much happiness. And then I hear about a tsunami that is about to strike the area that I live in. It instills a sense of fear. So I keep going through all of these ups and downs. It's a constant feature in my life, isn't it? After all, I'm not a robot. That's not how it works. It's not as if I can see all of this and feel nothing at all. I feel it. On one side, on the positive side, I feel that excitement, I feel that happiness. Whereas when things go the other way around, I feel a great stress. I'm very anxious. I'm afraid. All of this puts tremendous pressure on me. And what do I decide to do? As a person who hails from Chennai, like lots of people from this lovely city, Singara, Chennai, the one place we like to go to is the beach. We've got a beautiful beach. I just go and sit there in the beach. I look at the waves. There's really nobody there that I know. There's nobody to comfort me. It's not as if there's somebody who's going to embrace me and pat my back and say, don't worry. You don't have to get so stressed. I just go and sit there. There's a breeze that's blowing, and then the waves, that's all I hear. The vast expanse of the blue ocean right before me. That situation, that ambiance, it creates a certain calmness all around me, and it creeps within me as well, isn't it? It gives me a certain sense of comfort. I feel very comforted. That restlessness, that stress for some reason feels a bit relieved. I can't even understand why that's happening, because it's something that's outside me. It's external. And I think for a moment, if this external environment can give me so much of peace and calmness and sense of relaxation, how would it feel if I'm able to swallow all of this, internalize all of this, and take all of this and put it inside in this thing called as mind, and hold it there would that sense of silence, that calm, that serenity not be there forever? Would that not be the ideal situation to be in? This is what I'm thinking while I'm experiencing all of that. See, the problems are there. They've not gone away, but that scenario itself has that effect on me. And when I go back from the beach, I still have to face the same challenges, meet the same set of people. It's the same. It's not as if the world is going to change because I came to the beach, but that's the impact that it has on me, isn't it? I'll take it another step further. Let's say when I'm in that situation, or I've been through all of this, the ups and downs. On one day, I find myself jumping in joy. Another day, I feel myself very low. One day, I'm very angry. One day, I feel very calm. One day, I'm very happy. Another day, I'm jealous. When I'm going through all of this, I meet this person who seems to emanate joy from his entire being. From within, everywhere, he's oozing joy, he's oozing happiness, he's oozing peace. When something fantastic happens around him, it does not seem to really affect him or bother him, because it appears to me that the joy that he feels within is far greater than this tiny bit of excitement that's happening outside. He seems immersed in that joy and he is there. He's not jumping, he's not doing all of that. He's in that same state, just there, in that state. And then when something disappointing happens around him, I find that that has not touched him also. He remains in that same state, in that same bliss, in that joy that he has always been in. And I wonder, is this person one of those people who's like a, dried piece of wood? There's no feelings there. There's nothing really. He does not have a heart. So all of this is really not affecting him. No, that's not the case too. He's in fact full of love. He's full of life. He's beautiful. He has such an aesthetic sense. He enjoys everything, and yet he remains untouched and unaffected by all of this. And when I see this person, I think, how I wish I can be like that. The very thought of that person itself seems to heal me of all this anxiety and stress and pain that I'm feeling within. Just the thought of that person. It happens, isn't it? Have you not heard? As you think, so you are, they say. When you're afraid, they tell you today, a modern day psychologist, a hypnotherapist would tell you that you visualize something that's beautiful, something that's positive, something that gives you that sort of energy. Meditate upon the lion. It will give you that courage. It's something that is practiced very much in the modern world itself, isn't it? It's the same way, friends. Dotting the lines back and bringing it to the question, when it comes to Bhagwan Sri Krishna, our Premika Varadan, this is exactly what Swamiji would say. Look at him. When he was this little Krishna in Vrindavan and Gokulam, he poured that love on the Gopas and Gopis. He showed that love, that devotion. And then when he was in Mathura, and as the king of Dwaraka, and when he was part of the great war of Mahabharata, he perfectly donned the role of a karma yogi. He did his duties to perfection, in that perfect state of balance. He did not run away from the world. He did not run away from everybody. He said, this is not for me. I will go and sit in my meditation and I will stay away. He did not do that. He was right in the middle of everything, yet he was untouched. He was in that state of bliss always. And in the very end, we find that his own clan, the Yadavas, they all drown. And in that state also, Bhagwan remains untouched as that perfect jnani, the wise one. In that state of perfection, he remains untouched. like he's a witness. He's full of beauty, he's full of joy, he's always cheerful, he's always happy, and that is who Sri Krishna is. Guru Maharaj would say, when you always think of him, leave the part where it's Krishna, the Purnavatar, Krishna Vande Jagadguru. It's the fact, but we are not going to go into it because we are talking about logic and reasoning. That's what we want here. And that's exactly what I'm telling you right now. When you think of him, you think of that beauty. You think of that state which is untouched by anything and everything that's happening around. That state of bliss, that state where you remain in the world unaffected by everything, not bound to anything, and yet fulfill all duties to perfection in that perfect state of bliss. And when you think of someone like that constantly, when you chant his name, you think of him. That's really what happens. Little by little, we will find that without much effort, we are also lifted to that state. That is how meditating upon Sri Krishna, thinking of Sri Krishna and chanting his names would help every one of us in this life, in this modern life that we lead today. It is absolutely relevant and most beneficial. Thank you all. Thank you for your patience.